I call the 7th President of Bentley University, Gloria Cordes Larson, to present the charge to the class of 2016.
Mr. Corey Thomas, Chairman Manfredi, and members of the board, faculty, and staff, families, friends, and distinguished guests, welcome to the 41st annual commencement of the Bentley University McCallum School of Business. And to the class of 2016, welcome to your graduation. I know you've all taken part in this kind of ceremony before, some as recently as last year, but this occasion is very different. You are, of course, gaining an important professional credential, but you're also reclaiming a big chunk of your time back. Your days of balancing some combination of work, personal life, and graduate study have finally, blessedly, come to a close. Speaking of your life, let me mention a few facts about the class of 2016. More than 740 graduate degrees and certificates are being presented today. We have over 280 graduates hailing from 44 different countries, while our more than 350 U.S. graduates come from 20 states and territories. About 25% of you have earned an MBA. Your ranks include the globally diverse graduates of our 11-month Bentley MBA, another... And there they are. Another impressive group pursued the Emerging Leaders MBA over a 2-year period. And as ever, those of you in our part-time MBA program expanded your skills while enriching evening classes with insights from your wide-ranging day jobs. They're exhausted. Many of you are receiving the Master of Science degree. You've increased your professional expertise with a deep dive into a specialty: accountancy, finance, financial planning, human factors in information design, information technology, marketing analytics, business analytics, and taxation. Today, we're also awarding many combined degrees and graduate certificates. Last but very far from least, we're graduating 5 doctoral candidates. Their impressive and varied dissertations include an analysis of social networks to visualize and measure network structures in state government and corporate boards, an exploration into conscious capitalism in a marketing context, a study on the effect of ethics educational intervention on the sensitivity and reasoning for accounting graduate students, research on multinational firms that originate in emerging markets and are part of the Global 500, and a collection of 3 studies examining internal audit quality. Each of these candidates are receiving PhDs in business or accounting, and their work makes the entire Bentley community incredibly proud. For all of our graduate students, your time at Bentley has been rich for both mind and spirit. You networked with business leaders and each other at the Executive Exchange and Straight Talk, a just-in-time internship and job fair. You volunteered for worthy organizations, Cradles to Crayons, the Umbrella Community Arts Center, and the Red Cross. You strengthened your graduate school community, enjoying trips to the Boston Ballet and the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and events like the International Food Festival and the annual Spring Festival. Academic programs have taken many of you across the globe to understand firsthand the complexities of an evolving economy. In doing so, you've explored business practices and worked with corporate partners in South Africa, in South America, Europe, and Asia. Every facet of your Bentley experience fits together to deliver a powerful advantage. You've developed the qualities that are in high demand in today's world: creativity, flexibility, integrity. Where others see uncertainty, you see possibility. Where others see risk, you see reward. And the world recognizes the value of performance and potential. The class of 2016 MBA and MS graduates have run an intensive interview gauntlet to join numerous companies in diverse sectors: Biogen and Vertex, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and PwC, Green Skies Renewable Energy and National Grid, Toys R Us and CVS Health, Sky IT Group and Rapid7, the Kennedy Center in Washington, and the China Sourcing Initiative in Shanghai and Beijing. The list goes on and on. Congratulations to you all. As you take on new responsibilities and these new positions, know that everyone at Bentley is proud of your achievements and rooting for your continued success. Take strength and inspiration from that. Remain confident in your abilities to use them wisely. You leave here with the skills to lead in organizations of literally every kind. But remember, leadership is not the accumulation of power, it's the accumulation of wisdom. Today's honorary degree recipient, Corey Thomas, understands this crucial difference. He's wise beyond his years, in part because he was open to some sage advice when he was finishing his own business degree. You're going to be a CEO, predicted a mentor. The question is, are you going to be a good one? That was a pivotal moment for Corey. He began his ascent up the ladder of success, but he did so deliberatively, almost studiously. At times, he chose lateral moves for the sake of learning. He focused less on control and more on understanding his business at both broad and deep levels. Corey's hard work paid off. Today, he's considered a creative and caring leader. People want to work for him. I checked up on Corey and found that he has a 93% approval rating on Glassdoor, the go-to jobs and recruiting site. Last year, he was dubbed one of the 50 on fire by Bostino, and just this past weekend, Corey was named a 2016 Game Changer by the Boston Globe. He may be a natural leader, but Corey does not fall back on nature. He's made it a company imperative to build a talented and diverse tech workforce. He understands that technology is better when different perspectives are given a voice at the table, and he seeks them out through mentoring programs and intentional recruitment efforts. Focus on that word, intentional. Unlike words such as think and envision, intentional speaks to something beyond that. It speaks to purposeful, considered, planned. It's quite possible that you will be the CEO of an organization at some point in your career. But even if you choose another path, it's important to remember that you are always the CEO of your life. You're responsible for how you handle yourself as you pursue your passion and your path to success, wherever it may be. As you know, there's no shortage of advice out there on how best to achieve leadership and success. Some of it's spot on, while some other studies appear not nearly so helpful. Here's some research on the topic that I thought I would share with you. First, according to studies conducted by researchers at the New Mexico State University, refraining from smiling can result in an increased perception of prestige and power. So moving forward, no matter how positive your attitude and approach are at work, do not smile. Keep your game face on. Well, I've spent my entire career smiling, and I've discovered that Corey's a pretty upbeat guy, too. So that advice clearly doesn't work for us. Yet another study suggests that at least for male leaders, it's time to shave your heads. We've all heard about height and strong jawlines, but now researchers at Wharton tell us that men with shaved heads are considered better leaders. Maybe we should call it the Jeff Bezos effect. Well, I haven't had to sport a buzz cut yet, and I can't help but notice that Corey has a full head of hair too, so we're not the best examples of that study either. A third study finds that one particular first name stands out among all the rest. According to an analysis of 100 million professionals on LinkedIn, Peter, not Corey, and certainly not Gloria, is the most common CEO moniker these days. So taken together, it appears that the ideal executive is a stern, bald guy named Peter, who's probably over 6 feet and sporting a strong jaw. But if hitting this lottery were truly the only way to pursue success, most of us would be out of luck. What these vaguely interesting but completely irrelevant studies show you is that future leaders should never allow outdated or computer-generated stereotypes to get in your way. Step outside the box, be non-traditional, be yourself, be different. This idea reminds me of a very famous Apple slogan from the late 1990s, think different. The advertising campaign featured non-traditional thought leaders celebrating the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. Your Bentley graduate education charges each of you to see things differently, and then to be confident enough to share your unique viewpoint with the world. Your studies have trained you to embrace uncertainties and analyze both the big picture and the details. You leave here prepared to stand out and ready to lead your peers. In the Bentley MBA module, Leadership Thinking About Thinking, taught by Wiley Davy and Duncan Spellman, students are encouraged to truly discover themselves and to appreciate what makes them different. We're really trying to emphasize understanding the self to make students effective leaders Professor Spellman explained to the Wall Street Journal. Current research validates the importance of thinking differently. The Scientific American published an article called How Diversity Makes Us Smarter, based on the work of a group of management professors from 4 different schools. Authored by a team member from Columbia University, the study found that being around people who are different from us makes us more creative, more diligent, and harder working. These researchers concluded that diverse perspectives create strong leaders and strong teams that can find solutions to the most complex problems, and that working with a group of unique, talented, different individuals jolts us into cognitive action. So be proud of yourself, be proud to be different, be proud to stand out, and be proud when you inevitably jolt the world into thinking differently. I know I speak for every person on this stage and for all our trustees, faculty, and staff when I say that we are so inspired by what you have already achieved. We're confident of your many, many accomplishments to come. You have what you need to tackle the challenges that lie ahead, and we are all very, very excited to see where you go next. Congratulations and best wishes for success, good health, and happiness in everything you do. Congratulations to the class of 2016.